What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show.
The original question was, should we not play Devontae or AJ? Like, let them rest until after the bye?
Essentially.
That's what the question was?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what – I would probably rest AJ for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No need to rush him back, I feel like. But I think Devontae is sticky because they said it's a concussion, but I haven't seen any update on, like, with the concussions, isn't it like a case-by-case scenario, like depending on the grade? And like, if Devontae can play, I'm playing Devontae because I'm with LB. We cut Covey's out. I think A.J. Brown should rest regardless, rest one more week regardless. We can't potentially fall to 2-2 and then put the little boys right back in the race, potentially put Washington back in the race. We can't do that. No. So I would.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time to put our foot on the gas.
Yeah, if Devontae is good to go, then Devontae got to play.
Yeah, I agree. Ultimately, if everybody's healthy, they're good to go. Put them out there. If they want to play, get them out there, right? I don't want nobody hurting themselves any further. But if they're ready, listen. But you said it best. It's time to put your foot on the gas. Like this is prime opportunity for you to get a win on the road. You'll be 3-1 on the road so far. Well, not 3-1 on the road, but on the season. You're 3-0 on the road. You played in Brazil. You played in New Orleans, and now you'll get in. Lord willing, you get that win in Tampa, right? You go into the bye 3-1, and your opponents now pressure on them to keep pace with you instead of vice versa. LB, what's your thought?
Right, and you know the biggest caveat, though, you know what I mean, to this is I think Dallas Goedert might be hitting his stride. So if you can get one of them back, you still got Dallas Goedert, you still got Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? Typically, that's what most teams have. One number one wide receiver, a good running back, and a serviceable tight end.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles have top 10 guys at all of the levels. So we're not, you know, in a perfect world, we want AJ and Smithy on the field at the same time. But, you know, I think Jahan Dotson is getting a little more comfortable and stuff like that. So you're right, though, Tone. Putting your best product on the field to win and not letting none of these guys get traction is key. So, you know what I mean? That should be the mindset of this football team. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't know if Slay got banged up or not. I was hearing something about that. Did you guys hear anything about Slay getting banged up?
Oh, I mean, after that,
I didn't get an update.
I didn't get an update, but after that moment, he was out for the game.
He did tweet it, I'm good, but he tweeted, I'm good.
Right. Okay. That's a breath of fresh air because, you know what I mean? I ain't going to hold you, man. I don't want to see no other combination out there right now. I think Slay and Quinyon Mitchell are playing really, really good. They're playing really, really good.
Let me ask you a question real quick because I brought this up in my live stream earlier, and a lot of people wasn't feeling it. And again, like this just popped in my head today. It was very random. When it comes to the Slay and Quinyon combination, right? We see how good they playing. We see how sturdy Slay has been, and by having Quinyon out there, it's really giving quarterbacks a tough decision to make, right? Do y'all see any scenario where Quinyon Mitchell extends Slay's career in Philadelphia because of how good the combination is playing? Again, we're very early in the season, and we know there's a chance Slay may not be here after this year. And we know they still owe money regardless. We don't know what they're going to do financially, but we know he's owed money. Do you see a scenario by having Quinyon out there with him and how good they play? Maybe they just roll the dice with Slay another year?
Yeah.
He would have to take a pay cut. Slay would have to take a pay cut. You know what I mean? It would have to be a very, very team-friendly scenario. It had to be some restructuring, but they definitely playing at an elite level. This is an elite duo right now. Let's be for real.
I think if he restructures, obviously, but yeah, if they keep playing like this the rest of the season, I don't see a scenario where we don't. We still got Ringo. Ringo would be still under his rookie, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's not like we got to worry about paying Ringo. It's not like we have to worry about playing Quinyon. But yeah, I would want Slay to take a pay cut. But I mean, Slay's been balling, bro. That duo, that chemistry, they've been balling. I mean, I know there was that touchdown versus the Falcons, but I mean, it's always gonna be one burnt play. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from them, bro. Like,
I'm loving what I'm seeing from them.
Lord. That pass breakup in the end zone, Slay had.
That was good. Very good. And then the one,
right, it was on the same guy, Shaheed. So they tried the double move on both sides. They tried Quinyon first, then they tried Slay second.
Yeah,
but Quinyon's was impressive because he was beat.
He almost got beat. He was beat.
He was beat, man. But the recovery, man. Listen, he gonna get a pick six. I think Baker gonna give it to him. I think Baker gonna give Quinyon that pick six, man, because he got elite breaking on the ball ability. And I said this after Brazil. I said you could kiss Isaiah Rodgers goodbye. I seen it after Brazil. I said they not putting that dude on the field over no Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell is not going back to nobody's slot. He's elite on the outside, and that's much more valuable than having a slot guy. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to come of Isaiah Rodgers, but he looking like some good trade bait. Him and Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. With Slay going down, and again, we don't know what his future may hold with whatever he's done with. He says he's good. You know, we'll see at the end of the day. But didn't you find it interesting that when he went down, they went with Ringo instead of Isaiah Rodgers?
I was about to say that, bro.
That was interesting, and I have my own reason as to why, but I'm curious to know why do y'all think that was, and if it stood out to you.
I mean, we talked about this on. Go ahead, LB.
I think it's because Isaiah Rodgers ain't handling the situation like Devin White is.
Wait.
You know what I mean? I think Isaiah Rodgers might feel some type of way in terms of not playing at all when you know he was some sort of a media darling in training camp. You know what I mean? When I look at Isaiah Rodgers' IG, he posting him on the sideline. Only could control what I could control. Like, bro, nobody ain't asking you for that. Nobody done ask you for that. You know what I mean? Only can control that, bro. We don't want to hear that right now, bro. I want to see you in the frame being happy for your teammates. You know what I'm saying? The Philadelphia Eagles also only could control what they control. You know what I mean? They had the option to leave you where you was at after you got in trouble. You know what I mean? So you got to show some grace. You know what I'm saying? I think I think Keely Ringo just got a better attitude.
Way better. You can just see it.
I think that.
Yeah, I think Keely Ringo just got a better attitude, and Keely Ringo, you know, he's used to the role already.
Hold on, time's out. I saw somebody post something and it just stuck out to me. Philly 416. I'd roll with Rodgers over Slay. Okay, I don't mean no. All right, quick ISO, real quick ISO. I'm tired of people talking about Darius Slay like he just anybody in this league. Let's keep it all the way real. It's teams that will give a king's ransom for Darius Slay today at 33. At 33, he is still playing at a top. I probably wouldn't say he's top 5, top 8. I'll probably say Darius Slay right now, top 12 in the league, top 13. And I think that's a beautiful spot for somebody 33 years old. Still playing at the top of their craft, still in the top half of the league at their position. Why do we keep talking like this about Darius Slay? I understand that y'all don't like the podcast. I understand he's not as well spoken as y'all want him to be. I totally understand he played too damn much. I get it. And sometimes he can have moments of, what was me? He a corner. By proxy, by definition, corners and wide receivers, they're divas. It's in the DNA. It come with the territory. Why do we keep doing this? Darius Slay. If we lose Darius Slay right now, this defense is not the same. Stop acting crazy. When we used to come from a situation of having a guy named Byron Maxwell. When we had Ronald Darby, he gave us that 1 year in the Super Bowl. After that, he was finito, basura. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm trying to understand what we're talking about. Sidney Jones, what did he give us? Russell Douglas, I know he's having a good career now, but when we had him, he was nothing. I don't mean no harm. Pump y'all brakes and be humble. Stop it. Stop. Go ahead, y'all. My bad.
That's the Twitter thing though, man. That's the synopsis on Twitter though. You know, Twitter is a different place. The synopsis on Twitter is that, you know, that Slay is cooked or whatever. But listen, man, you got to take it for what's going on right now. You know what I mean? You got to take it for what's going on right now, man. Last year, Shaheed might have beat Slay. I think Slay is fit for this scheme, and Slay is playing lockdown, bro. Pass defenses, all type of stuff, man.
And it's easier when you got somebody that know what they're doing next to you. It's a little easier
right.
when you got a safety that know what they're doing, and you got another corner that can demand respect too. It's a little bit easier at age 33. He's not 27. He's not going to be locked down no more. That's not who he is.
Through 3 weeks is definitely a top 5 combo. Definitely a top 5 duo through 3 weeks.
Definitely. You muted, Symone.
Who's complaining about Slay?
I was in the chat, and sometimes I read the chat. And listen, when I'm live and Slay, every time Slay name come up, Symone, I lie to you not. It's like, and it never happens without somebody saying, "Oh, Slay, get him out of here." I'd rather Rodgers or put Ringo in over Slay. Like Rodgers ain't even had a season like Slay. Stop doing that. Just stop doing it. This ain't Madden. Like this shit is real life.
But this the thing. This the thing though. I think. Go ahead, Symone.
My bad, man.
I feel like I do not disagree. I do not disagree with your take, Lil Brunson. I don't.
Which one?
The take with the Ringo Rodgers scenario. I don't disagree with that. I do think what I think it probably is when we watch training camp. Well, we only get a few glimpses of training camp from what some reporters post on Twitter, and everything else is just what we read on the blogs, since we not live at camp. But what we do get to see is preseason games. And I think this whole panel agreed at the preseason games that Ringo should have been next man up on the outside.
Good point.
And then once, you know, some reports were coming out that Rodgers might have been ahead of Ringo. And we were like, well, what we saw in the games, I mean, that first game, he was locked down. Regardless, I feel like it was always the pecking order that Ringo was ahead of Rodgers on the pecking order. I don't think that anything happened or anything changed. I feel like Ringo was the next man up. They said he wasn't. Some reporters say he wasn't. But from everything we saw, Ringo was the next man up behind Slay. He got thrown into the game. He got picked on. It's one game. He got through. I'm not raising any alarms because he got picked on when he got thrown in. But I do think that Ringo was just always next man up. I don't think it was necessarily because Rodgers was having a bad attitude or yada, yada, yada. I think it was Ringo's spot.
But something did happen, though, because Rodgers, when he got hurt in week 1, remember, he was supposed to be the starting corner when they was in nickel. Remember, Quinyon was going to start in base formation on the outside with Slay. And then whenever they went in nickel, Quinyon would shift to the nickel, and then Rodgers would come in. But then Rodgers gets hurt. Okay, Quinyon's playing outside now. Avonte Maddox is back in the slot. They have a good game. Okay, they follow that same formula up. Rodgers at that point is healthy now, but they don't want to go back to the original plan. They say, you know what? We like Quinyon outside. We're going to keep that like that. He looked too damn good. So then we fast forward to week 3. Slay gets hurt. You would think Rodgers would be next man up because he's played both sides. Even in the preseason game, he's played on the side Slay was on. Ringo played on the side Quinyon was on in the preseason games. So I think there's something to both of what y'all saying, but I think it's just something about how he's handling it. Because
was he a healthy scratch? Was Rodgers a healthy? Was he in uniform last week or this week?
He was
against the Saints.
He was active. Another thing I will say is another reason why I think he probably wasn't picked to play in that game in that moment. That game was pretty close. Teams were still able to run the ball at that point in the game. So at that point, I think Fangio looked at it from the perspective of who gives me the best chance in the run game if it comes down to it. I'd rather roll with Ringo, bigger body, longer arms, and not more physical than what you would give Isaiah Rodgers. So maybe in that game in particular, Ringo fit the mold more of what they needed. Somebody that can give you coverage ability, but still be physical enough in the run game.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is we'll never know because he was active,
right?
So we'll never know what went into the decision, but something went into the decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
absolutely. It goes down to trust at the end of the day. At the end of the day,
right.
no matter what we say or what we predict or whatever they say, it always comes down to trust. And the people that's on that football field is who Vic Fangio's trusts. So as of right now, for whatever reason, he doesn't trust Devin White. For whatever reason, he don't trust Isaiah Rodgers. And those were the two names that were pretty much leading the conversations throughout all offseason. And now we got Nakobe Dean playing at a level we didn't expect. What's your thoughts on Nakobe Dean? He had a very good game.
LB, what's your thoughts? Because you had a lot of thoughts for Dean before the season started.
He ain't the only one.
Hey, he's solid. He's solid. He's solid. It was one play where Kamara had the ball. I don't even know how Nakobe Dean got on the screen. Like he damn teleported to the ball. You know what I mean? Through traffic. You know what I mean? I don't think he made the tackle, but he affected the play.
Yeah.
Nakobe Dean is doing what he's supposed to do. Nakobe Dean is acting like the player we drafted. You know what I mean? Nakobe Dean is the starting linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he should be. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line, man. I can't say nothing. Nakobe Dean answer all the criticisms about if he can stay healthy. You know what I mean? He going into week 4 games in a row now. You know what I mean? We got a good sample size of who Nakobe Dean is. Even if he was to get healthy at this point, you gotta wait till he get back because he showed me what he could do. So you know what I mean? I ain't got nothing bad to say about Nakobe Dean at all. This linebacker core, it's a real core. It's a real group now. I want to start blowing some people out so we can start seeing some Trot on the field.
Dang, I forgot all about Trot.
Right.
But yeah, the thing I love about Nakobe is there was absolutely no talk with Nakobe this offseason. Nakobe's message was basically y'all gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna see.
He was quiet.
Yeah.
But he always been like that though. That ain't nothing new. It's just
I mean, sometimes even like the quieter ones, they'll be like, "Oh, I've been doing this."
Because Bryce Huff was quiet.
I'm just ready to get out and prove. No, he just sat up at them things. Like I know I've been reading all the articles, I've been reading all the tweets. I see that nobody F with me. Yeah, just wait. That was basically that was basically his demeanor throughout this offseason, and I love it. Just don't talk about it. Let's just see it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes been talking, and we don't get to see it. So I just respect the fact that he just let it talk on the field, bro. I cannot believe Nakobe Dean has been unleashed. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for him to be healthy. We've been waiting for him to ball like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said at the top of the show, better late than never, child. Better late than never.
Right now it's perfect because he fits this scheme and he knows this game. He knows this game. And Zach Bond is getting a lot of praise, but it's very well possible that, and somebody just said this too, I was thinking it's very well possible that Nakobe Dean could be the best linebacker. Zach is getting a lot of praise, but Nakobe Dean is not out of place. You know what I'm saying?
Never out of place.
Nakobe Dean is always in the spot that he's supposed to be in so far through 3 weeks, and that's what you need from a guy. And I think Nakobe Dean is the green dot, right?
Yes, he is.
He out there. He out there calling the show. So he always in place, and he putting other people in place, letting other people know what's going on. And for Nakobe Dean to wear the green dot for a performance that that just destructive on the defensive side of the ball, Nakobe Dean as being the captain of that unit, he deserves some praise too.
Absolutely. And I want to give us some more flowers, man. We haven't even talked about this part of the game, and I'm surprised it didn't cross the wire yet with us, but nonetheless, better late than never, like you said, Symone. How about Fred Johnson and Tyler Steen? I mean, Lane Johnson goes out before halftime. Mekhi Becton goes out before halftime. Then your entire right side of your offensive line gone. And prior to the season, people talked about the offensive line depth. I was never worried about it. I'm going to be honest. I was never worried about it. I heard people talking about it. Eagles fans talking about it. I heard people on the radio, whatever it may be, talking about it. The offensive line depth is, they got good guys here. They're really young here. You lost Jack Driscoll. Okay, you lost Jason Kelsey. You lost this person, that person. And I'm looking at this. I'm looking at these guys yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, yo, Fred Johnson and Tyler, they getting busy right now.
Yeah, they was getting busy.
And they was just it was moving so well. They protected well. Run blocking was immaculate. Didn't miss a beat. They were instrumental in Saquon Barkley getting sprung for the 60-plus yard touchdown. They blocked it really well on the final drive. Jalen Hurts had perfect pockets back to back. I mean, hearing Big Fred talk about his journey was remarkable as well. I mean, he's been through a lot. He said he ain't had no real football action until about 2021. He said he was just waiting for his opportunity. He said I almost cried when Saquon took that thing to the house because just everything I've been through, everything amounted to this moment. I mean, it was just a moment that we all need to really marvel at. This team is in good shape depth-wise on that offensive line. It was so promising seeing those young guys come in and do what they did. Replacing Lane Johnson and Mekhi Becton is not easy at all in that game, in that environment. The game that close, to be that clutch, to be that locked in. And I got to give credit to Cam Jurgens, right? Game one, he struggled with his snaps a little bit. Settled in, but struggled with the snaps. That was the thing for him. Snap struggles. Then game two, penalty struggles. He had 3 illegal man downfield penalties in game 2. Game 3, perfecto. Nothing, no issues. He settled in. You're seeing his team take the criticism, take the bad, and flip it and really manifest it into good football play. Jalen Hurts, same situation in last week's game. Game-winning drive. Can you do it? Last time he had the opportunity, he turned it over. This time, he put points on the board. And if you want to throw in the Packers game, he put up a game-winning drive there too. So it's just Jalen Hurts. You're seeing these players, you're seeing this team learn from the mistakes. The defense, they're learning from the mistakes. They're evolving in front of our eyes. We have something here, but we need to just make sure we nurture it the right way and not get in the way, a la Nick Sirianni. It's very simple. Take the points, roll the dice. You got to reward your team when they give you good drives and good series, right? You can't reward them with a 4th and out or a turnover on downs, whatever you want to call it. You got to put these guys in positions to win. You can't be the reason they lose.
I agree. I agree. He was talking. I didn't want him to stop. He was spitting. You can't put these guys in the.
I'm fired up.
No, I feel you can't.
I see something.
I see something too. And like I said, I think our biggest issue is Nick Sirianni. You know what I mean? And I think he does put us in some compromising positions. But back to Big Fred and Tyler Steen, you know how huge it is to come up. First of all, to give the protection to Jalen on a 65-yard pass to Dallas Goedert, remarkable in itself, because that was a mesh concept. You have to protect enough for Dallas Goedert to cross the face of those guys, and they ran into each other. You know what I mean? So
just to add to that real quick, sorry to cut you off. To add to that, they were 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16. Exactly. So you got to protect enough to let Dallas Goedert cross, and that was just such a gutsy play because you wasn't looking for it all right there, which is why you called it mesh. You know what I mean? You're not looking for it. You're looking for.
Oh, let me ask y'all. That throw, because we was debating, was that throw intentionally thrown all the way wide so only Goddard can get it, or was it a bad throw? No shade. I'm just
wondering. Hold on, wait. Which one? You talking about the 60-yard?
The 65-yard?
Or the one-handed?
16 throw. Yeah.
Oh no. The 3rd and 16 wasn't one hand. The
one-handed one.
Okay, so
the one-handed one was it intentionally? No, it was a little outside.
It was a little outside.
Goddard had to adjust to that. That was just a good catch.
Somebody was saying Jalen threw all the way out there on purpose.
No,
I wasn't buying that.
That was too far.
He see what Jalen see. I think so. When the all 22 come out, I'm gonna look at that. I think Goddard stopped. He kind of stopped. And that's why he had to adjust. He had to pick back up speed once he seen he was getting the ball. So it was the same. Jalen threw the ball the same way on the 65-yarder. Since we talking about that, he threw it so he could catch it and run, which Goddard was able to do on both plays. He didn't want him to break stride. But on that drive, those guys on that right side of the line had to maintain protection while Goddard crossed the middle of the field. And then they had to maintain run blocking discipline while Saquon plowed it in. And then they had to maintain run blocking discipline again while Saquon plowed it in on the 2-point conversion. These guys are rotational pieces coming up in the biggest times of the game where you need them the most. A.J. Brown is not on the field. Devontae Smith is not on the field. And these guys came out there and did their job. So, I'm never worried about offensive line depth in Stoutland University.
Right.
That's why
I ain't never worried about that.
I was shocked people was.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that.
Still open, time, protection. We ain't miss a beat, bro.
We didn't miss a beat. And, hopefully Lane could go. But if Lane can't go, I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel no type of way.
And then especially since the Browns done gave us a blueprint on the Bucs. I didn't get to watch the Bucs game.
Did the Browns give us a blueprint on the Bucs? Who the Bucs lose to?
The Browns. No, not the Browns. Who they lose to?
The Bucs lost to the
Bucs lost to somebody they shouldn't have lost to.
They lost.
Was it the Raiders or something?
The Raiders.
Raiders. No, they lost to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh, they lost. What's that? Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
But if you notice, each week they've been coming down to earth though. Week 1 they put up 37, then they put up 20 points, and then they put up 7. They've been coming back to earth little by little. But
who they play week 2?
Week 2 they played the Lions.
Okay. Who they play week 1?
The Commanders.
Oh.
Right. So week 1 they play somebody with no cornerbacks. Week 2 now you got some cornerbacks. Week 3 you got Patrick Surtain. You know what I mean? You got some cornerbacks over there as well. Now week 4 you're gonna run into some more corners.
Actually, believe it or not, the Lions have I know they drafted Terrion Arnold and all that, but he's still coming along. They've actually struggled with their DB play.
Even with what's the kid that they got playing nickel?
I know they got Brian Branch over there. They had
Branch. Yeah,
he is safety. Brian Branch is safety.
They don't bring him in. They don't bring him in a nickel. I thought they used to play him in a nickel too, because he could play slot too.
I don't know. I mean, I know they've used him a lot all over the field. To your point, though, but
so the point is defenses have gotten better. I think the Broncos had a fairly good defense.
Yeah.
Overall, I want to say their defense is solid.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna be solid against. I mean, obviously, because.
Here she go.
I forgot about something that pissed me off. Them goddamn penalties.
Yeah.
We had
the penalties was crazy.
Almost 100 yards in penalties. So between the turnovers and the penalties and
Nick
the points, if we play clean football, limit the penalties. If Jalen Hurts takes care of the ball, and if Nick Sirianni goes for the field goals, then we should be able to handle the Buccaneers. I feel like unless we lose the game ourselves, meaning stupid ass penalties, meaning leaving points on the board if you're Nick Sirianni and having multiple turnovers a game, then yeah, the Bucs gonna have a chance. Penalties, bruh. Penalties. Are you kidding me? Oh, that game was so frustrating. Y'all got me worked back up.
No, it was, but we got something out of it. Like I feel like we got a lot of tangible evidence that this team is developing. They're not stagnant or they're not just bad, right? They're actually a developing product. They are a stock that's going to have some valleys, but they're going to have plenty of peaks. And the thing is, right, we all bought in very early. We've been bought in for a lifetime. You feel what I'm saying? So I think this team has all the makings of a team that can compete if they are clicking, right? And we're in week 3, and we saw this defense play at this level. Okay, is there another level, right? Who will they be by week 10, week 11 when they matured, right? When the path is starting to become clear and your real threats for the number 1 seed start to take shape, who will they be then, right? I mean, you look at some of these grades, right? You see these guys developing. Jalen Carter, a 93.5 PFF grade. And again, I take these with a grain of salt, but this gives you a solid barometer of how players performed overall to an extent. And to see these names, Jalen Carter, Reed Blankenship, Dallas Goedert, Zach Bonds, Saquon Barkley, these are names of players that we need to perform, right? You need Jalen Carter to produce on that D-line. They go as he goes. You need Reed Blankenship to be somebody you can trust on the back end. Dallas Goedert, he has to be that He has to be that alternative option if A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith are either doubled, hemmed up, or maybe they can't go, right? Zach Bond, we got to be able to trust you at linebacker. We've had bad linebacker play or inconsistent linebacker play for several years. Can you stabilize the position? Saquon Barkley, okay, they paid you all this money. What's your value going to be? Can you take this team to another level? As of right now, we're seeing a CMC impact. We're winning games because of him. He leads the league in rushing right now, right? He leads the league in touchdowns too, if I'm not mistaken. This is a team where the players where you've started to make that investment in, you're starting to reap that.
And another guy who his impact is not really being shown a lot is CJGJ.
Correct.
You know what I mean? His impact is really not being shown a lot. He has brought back
confidence.
Confidence. He's brought an intensity level. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying he should have put that C on this. They should have. Some guys you have to make captains. You see him in the locker room, the way he talking. We the best in the league.
Just asked about that in the comments.
I love that.
You hear the way he talking. We the best in the league. I don't care what nobody say. He said, yeah, they said, yeah, but the Saints was a number. He said, number one, what? Number one, you know what I mean? We the best in the league. And you're supposed to talk like that because you know who feeding into that? The young guys, the Quinyon Mitchells.
They're gonna start believing it. They're gonna start believing it.
Right. Right. And that's why I was saying, man, some guys lead differently, and that's a form of leadership right there by instilling confidence. You know what I mean? He said we got the best defense in the league. He was talking about everybody. Then he started naming guys by name. Shout out to such and such. There ain't nothing go over top of our head. And that's how they want to play. Nothing going over top of our head. So Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and all of them, bro. Hey, bring your lunch, bro. Bring your lunch, bro.
And guess what, right? You know what? The layman or somebody who's thinking a little too literal, or maybe they're just sensitive about it, they're going to take it as disrespect, right? They're going to take it as, oh, he's cocky, he's arrogant. The Eagles haven't done anything yet, right? They're going to try to manipulate what he's done and what he's saying that way. But in reality, what he's trying to do is that message that he's sending. The media, you're just along for the ride. You're just hearing it, right? We're just guests. Those statements, that bravado, that's not for us. That's for his team. That's
right. It's not about
that's so they know. I know we the best, and we can be the best. And when we play like this, nobody can fuck with us. So it's not about who coming. It's not about who next on the schedule. It don't have nothing to do. It ain't personal. It ain't personal, man. It ain't personal. What it is it's what we believe in these four walls. You know what I mean? We believe to be the best. You know what I mean? And people mistake confidence for cockiness all the time. You know what I'm saying? My slogan for the last 8 years when I started the channel was Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I don't care who you think is the best. You know what I mean? I feel how I feel about myself, and it's not to make nobody feel no type of way. So I directly resonate with that type of confidence. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, you make guys like that leaders sometimes. And I think CJGJ is leading without the C. It don't even matter to him. You know what I mean? He's already one of the most polarizing guys on the team. What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show.